Hey guys, welcome back. It's Limitless here. Alright, so before we get started today, remember to go ahead and like and subscribe. Otherwise, if you don't, the new boss from the current Vanguard game is going to show up at your door. He's going to point his gun at you and he's going to blow bubbles at you. Alright, anyway. For real though, guys, I've played 3 matches of this game so far, and I do have some tips and advice for you. So first off, this is the loadout that I'm using. I used it base level so far. I haven't actually used any of my own parts on it yet. So the weapon's level 16. I've only started today, so... And you can see here my account's almost level 15, so fun stuff. Alright, so I played a match of solo, a match of private, and a match of online der Anfang. Okay, so we'll go into private because in solo I crashed on like wave 4. So well, actually, to be fair, I froze. It didn't crash to the point that I could restart. It froze the entire console, so I had to really get, back into it there. It took a while. And then in private, that actually froze my console on round 14. So that wasn't too bad. I'd actually finished the exfil. And then the one that we actually did fully complete and not end up freezing on was a public match. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and get into this real quick. Every time you beat an objective, you get a heart that you can trade for one of these things. Hold on to those for a bit. You don't need them right off the bat. Also, you don't need to pack a punch ever, because there's going to be opportunities to get the guns fully pack-a-punched for free once you get a little bit further into the match. Now, it doesn't really matter which one you start with. You're going to have to do them all eventually. So we'll just go with an easy one and go transmit right off the bat. Now, of course, there are going to be some zombies and all that you can find around here, and every time you complete a new objective, they're going to be a little bit stronger, and until you have the whole map open, there's going to be a little bit more every time you complete another objective. Now, as far as whether this is worth it, I would say no, and that's because I feel like this is the worst, day one experience I've had with a COD Zombies game. And that's not just because of the gameplay, not just because of the freezing, but it's also because of the fact that we just don't have anything. Alright, let's get this going here. Man, they won it already. Alright, this one here, it's really an easy objective. You just have to stick with it. And it'll keep filling up that bar there. Now guys, there's definitely a lot of things you can do to kind of help yourself out with this game. And one of them is don't waste your money buying ammo you don't need to. Zombies drop it a lot. In my experience, it's been so much that as long as I've reloaded, I didn't have to worry about it, so... Yeah, it really is. You're not wrong at all, and I wish you were. I really do. But as it is right now, I haven't found anything to be overly excited or impressed about. So if you don't have friends to play with, you're really probably gonna hate this game. If you're just one of those like looking for a quick objective kind of game, maybe play for a short amount of time, not a long amount like a lot of us old-time Zombies players, it might be a good game for you. But personally, I don't like having to upgrade my perks every single match, and I have had all perks maxed out in one game, 2, triple pack-a-punch guns that I didn't pack-a-punch myself, because that's a lot of points to waste, especially with it being more expensive than ever. And we're just going to play a little bit here and let you see how it goes. See, we busted the next part open, so there's going to be zombies now. But also perks. That's how you unlock them. Now the first part is free. You don't have to pay for it. So whenever you get a perk, go ahead and just grab it immediately. Yeah, the forced objectives, they definitely do seem like a drawback because you don't get to, you know, really experiment with the maps and see if you can find anything. There's no intel that I can, you know, find personally. There's no new parts to, you know, previous maps that we've known to explore or anything like that. It really just blocks you out so much of the time that I really don't feel like the experience is worth it. I mean, I guess that's part of it, right? You know, I'm paying for it so you don't have to. So at the moment, you know, with the freezing and the crashes and all that, and on top of the extremely limited gameplay, I really don't feel like anybody's going to enjoy this for very long. So, I mean, if I had to give it out of 10, it would probably be like a 2. So, let's just be honest here. This game, it has potential, but it is definitely going to need some round-based maps to kind of save it. You know, Easter eggs, all that fun stuff. It's nice having, you know, a high amount of characters and all that. It's got a decent amount of weapons, but that's really about it. I know, right? Yeah, I'm personally very bored too. Yeah, I mean, I'm alright with the experience. It was going along fine. But there's a big problem for me too, as someone that's traditionally a high rounds player. One thing I can tell you for sure is that the further you go, the more likely you are to freeze. And I don't necessarily mean like crash, I mean straight up freeze and have to restart your console. You got a weapon max level, nice. It's good to know that, thank you very much, I appreciate that. But it should be pretty easy to get 12k kills if you can enjoy the experience, but if you can't, then obviously that would make it very difficult. What do you know, we got some ammo. And objective complete. It's really quite easy, right? There is, you know, armor and all that fun stuff in this game. Pack-a-punch, there's perks. But I just feel like, no matter what, it's too vanilla, and it's so compact that it feels like Black Ops 1 was actually more fun. We barely had options on Black Ops 1, but it feels like we had a little more freedom than we do here. So I don't know about you guys, but freedom for me is a big thing in a game, and if I don't have it, I just feel like I'm gonna get bored 10 times faster. So there's no way to vary my experiences, like, come on. Yeah, for sure. And Black Ops 4 before Cold War was my most hated. I didn't, you know, absolutely hate it, but it definitely was far from a favorite. Let's see. Now guys, something to keep in mind too is that these little perks here that you get, you can trade for the hearts and all that. If you stick it out long enough, they can give you legendaries that you can just buy for the 1 heart. For anybody that cares about that and, you know, might be willing to play this game long enough. Let's see, harvest or transmit. Yeah, sure, we'll do a little transmit, why not? Actually, how much is it for the armor? I haven't really bothered with the armor just because it hasn't really been necessary, but okay, it's 750. There we go. Now that's one thing too, with this shotgun, I have been able to go toe-to-toe with the bosses up to, you know, wave 14, and it hasn't been an issue. But I could see later on in the game, you know, maybe wanting a sniper rifle to pick them off from afar and then just shotgun everything else. Yeah, you can see, you can really just pick or choose for now. Eventually, you're going to be screwed, so just be aware of that. It's just going to happen, so. But that's because you're only going to have one objective after a while, and that's it. And then it's either that or exfil, so... No, I didn't like Cold War. Like, it was better than this one from what I can tell so far, but it definitely wasn't my kind of thing. You know, I hated the fact that, you know, the maps just seemed like a reskin, you know, multiplayer map all the time. How the operators gave me, you know, like, zero immersion into the map, you know, and like, you know, both games, the Cold War plus the current one here, they've made me feel like I have, you know, pretty much nothing to look forward to. Because I really feel like Shadows of Evil was more polished than both of these full games so far. And as far as, you know, day one experiences and all that, there was so much more to look forward to before. Make sure before you get teleported back, you pick up anything you might want. Oh yeah, they do super spin at 14, you're right about that. That was my first real solo game that I actually got to play before it froze.
The enemy of my enemy. I just hope this aid is true. Another obstruction.
Yeah, you like Cold War way better. Yeah, I mean, other than, you know, like what I have so far, like, yeah, Cold War definitely was the way to go. Alright, you know what, we're far enough in. We could just start grabbing some of this crap because nobody cares. So, there. Hi, bud. Doesn't matter. Yeah, let's boost the regen speed. Why not? See what I mean? This game doesn't feel like it's, you know, really pressuring you, and I'm okay with that. But I want there to be something to do along with not being pressured.
This is a war of attrition, my allies.
Know what I mean, guys?
Take the fight to the enemy.
Because once you get used to this and the objectives and the spots in the objectives that you're going to spawn at, it's the same all the time. Just gets a little faster. Yeah, you're not wrong about that. Harvest is a good way to farm, but unless you're doing camos, I don't see any reason to bother with it. It was like, by 14 I had everything maxed out that I could. And I still had like 6,000-7,000 salvage. So unless it's camos, I wouldn't worry about it. Yeah, right? I fully agree with you on that. That's what I was saying, you know, I really feel like this needs a round-based map. I mean, it's really hard to say that when you consider it, because you have to consider too, like, you can get those legendary perks and all that, and, you know, if you get your hands on some thermite and all that, that really shreds bosses. Like, I don't care. Thermite is OP. Speaking of thermite, because yeah, a properly placed thermite will shred bosses even on the higher rounds. Ooh, hello. There we go. I'm gonna grind for around 100 if it feels good. I mean, honestly, I don't really feel that it does, you know, like, it has the potential to grow because for once, thank God, we do have bullet penetration, which Cold War didn't seem to, you know, really care for. But as far as the rest, you know, it just doesn't seem like it's enough, you know. The system could be fine as long as we got more content, you know, some Easter eggs, stuff like that, but this feels like the laziest release we've ever had. And with that being the case, you know, I just don't have anything really good to say about it. It's one of those things that, like, if you don't have, you know, the friends that are just gonna chill and hang with you, then you're gonna be bored in like 10-20 minutes on your first time through. So unless of course you're really like searching around the maps trying to listen to all the recordings, then that could take you much longer. But it depends on what kind of player you are and what you define as fun in the Zombies experience.
My friends, if cause effects can weaken, he can be beaten. Once you have had your fill of fighting, there is a way to safely withdraw.
Yeah, okay, so I didn't know the multiplayer was that bad, but that is good to know, since, you know, I'm not a multiplayer player. Yeah, I was like, he sounds like he's hella close.
Kill me when you have the chance.
But yeah, I mean, it just seems like it's a hyper-limited game right now that it could be something later, but just right now it's not. So I mean, I'm on round 5 right now, and somebody was saying round 10 it gets too hard for casuals and all that, and it's like, I'm not even using a pack-punched weapon in round 5 right now, and it's still super easy. Hey, we got an epic there. Chance to slow any enemy when shooting it. That's a nice one. That's definitely a nice one. I don't care for the critical kills, so we're just going to leave it at this right now. Might as well upgrade the weapon. Now, you don't have to, but I'm too lazy to hit this mystery box. And as a heads up, does anybody know if there's actually a wonder weapon? Because I haven't pulled one, and I spent 50,000 points on it, so... Oh yeah. See, that's what I do too. In the first playthrough, I just go for getting a feel for it. But you know, that's the main problem for me. That when getting a feel, I already, you know, managed to go further than I wanted to. You know, it's not like, oh, you know, I kind of want to camp here with friends or something sometime. No, it's like I'm already done. And, you know, as for builds, it doesn't feel like there's much to talk about, you know. It's like, get a long-range rifle to take out bosses, get a nice shotgun that suits your playstyle, and you're going to be able to go for however long you feel like it. Get some thermite to help you out with bosses when they group up and everything, and you're good. Yeah, I haven't seen one either, but like I said, you know, I've only spent 50,000 points on the box. It never moves, you know, so like I'll give it a shot here and see if I can get anything now, but the rarity goes up as you go further, like Cold War. Wow. Ooh. That's not crap or anything. Let's go for a blitz after we grab that. Because there is always a chance to go ahead and get something out of those boxes. And bosses can drop good weapons. Like late on, bosses can drop full legendary variants. So heads up on that. Nah, I'm good. I don't need that. I just want to get more thermite, really. Get more thermite, get some more monkey bombs, and then later on in the game just get that legendary perk so it'll duplicate fairly often when I throw them. And then the game will pretty much be easy mode until it, you know, freezes again. Alright, we'll just chill up here because it's just blitz. So they'll come from, you know, 2 cardinal directions.
Just get on with the killing.
Hello.
Fools! You are but sheep in the lion's den. Mindless, now break.
So you were saying? Now guys, keep in mind too, there are, you know, a host of operators again like that and challenges to unlock them and all that fun stuff. I am curious to see what a shotgun specialist operator is going to look like when you've got her leveled up and all that fun stuff. But that's about it, you know. I want to level this weapon up and I feel like I don't actually need anything else. And what in the heck? That zombie's flipping out, dude. That's the most fun thing that's happened in this whole experience so far. He's really freaking out over there, like, what the heck? Alright. We'll just kind of put him out of his misery over there. That dude was straight freaking out, though. Hey, we ranked up our shotgun. Woo. That's about the enthusiasm level that I feel for this entire game right now. Oh no, we'll just do that. How long have I got left? Yeah, I've got that perk. Okay, cool.
At least they let you know they're coming.
Should probably go later on. Supply. Nice. Yeah, I've only got like 4 of the operators, but you know, it's fun stuff, right? Where's that? Oh, there he is. Oh darn, I was hoping to thermite him. Darn it.
But I will have revenge.
Ah well, stuff happens. I don't see anything, you know, salvage or whatever to pick up, so we'll just keep moving, but, you know.
Splendid work, my allies. We are one step closer.
Getting every gun to 70 seems boring. Oh, so 70 is the max level? Nice. That is good to know. Thank you guys. Hey, we got all the perks now. Yay. Bye. Now guys, I should talk about some other stuff too, just so you guys know, it does feel very clunky. Like, the melee, you know, you can tell it kind of sucks. There are builds for that you can still one-shot normal enemies and even get health off of it, but it's not worth it, especially when sometimes you do an extra melee and it can flip your camera the opposite direction, helping you get killed by the zombies. So there's definite problems. Some not super fun stuff to be had, but it's up to you guys what you want to do with it. You can see, like, I hardly know my way around right now just because I'm not paying attention anymore. That's just kind of what this game breeds. Let's see, we've got exfil or transmit. I'll do a quick transmit, why not? Let's see. Pop. That's probably my favorite zombie.
That tape can transform trash into treasure.
Bye.
Get busy, my friend.
Oh, do they? Okay, that's cool.
Attention.
Because, yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, buds. I haven't really bothered to mess with any other weapons. Like, I've tried all kinds of pack-a-punch versions and whatnot. What the hell? Thought you're supposed to be immune to getting your, you know, your butt kicked while that's going on, but I guess not. So, that was fun. Come on, zombie head. Let's, you know, go and do stuff. But this one, monkey bombs are just really good. Pop. I feel like realistically, I shouldn't even waste ammo on the slow ones. Especially with like how garbage the reloads are in this game. Now that's only until you get like a decent shotgun, but until then the reloads are absolutely trash. And yeah, I can say that because I have tried them with, you know, all that fun stuff. I'll take that. Like the level, you know, 4 version of the wannabe speed cola perk. We've tried all that stuff. Let's do that real quick, and then we'll just go ahead and check this out there and hope somebody drops some salvage. Cause why not? Excuse you? Okay. Now let's see if anybody drops salvage off that monkey. Salvage, salvage. That's pretty much just how it's done. Nothing too amazing. To be fair, I felt like Cold War was like the start of the most watered down zombie stuff. Every video seems to not have any ray guns. Okay, thank you. That's good to know, because I was honestly really hoping to find out what a wonder weapon looked like in this. But it could also be tied to the Easter egg later. So no idea. Alright, you know what? I think we've seen enough. What we've seen is just the game as it is. And so now it's like, hey, go ahead and survive for a little while and we'll just send some zombies at you. It's not a big old timer like the last game.
Are you leaving without saying
Pop.
goodbye? I don't think so.
Why not? Now there is a timer at the end, but that's literally just for getting out of here. Actually touching the expo portal. And to be fair, I probably should have refilled my ultimate before that, but nah.
Go ahead. No problem.
That's one thing I do like about this boss though. He is a douche, but he does make it easier to kill the zombies because he knocks them down all the time if you use him properly. Ooh, that had to suck. No wonder you got bombed straight to the face. As good as I am to your face. That's probably the funniest line I've heard in this game so far. Wow. Need to reload. I was gonna play with that boss a little bit, but then I was like, wait a second, I don't have any shells. Because the reload in this game sucks. Pop. There we go. Wait, is it 2 bosses now or just the 1? No, it's 2. Yay. Now he does have a weak spot on his back there. You can shred his pack and it'll just be easy, but forget it. Forget it. We'll just see about happy exfil time. Well, honestly, the zombies don't really seem to do a lot to really prevent you from getting there. Like, as you can see, we're just kind of chilling on the whole way there. So it's definitely a lot less chaotic, and then you just hold it down and you win.
Shelter in that portal until
Sure, why not? We had our victory drink there. So yeah, I mean, with how it went for like 6 waves and all that just now, I really don't see 10 or anything really being that much of a stretch for any normal, you know, level players. Because I mean, I've done past that, but again, I froze going past. So up to you guys if you want to risk it, but it has fully frozen my console twice now out of now 4 times I've played, but so all in all, let's summarize it real quick. Not very impressive, not much content at all, probably the least we've ever had. No Easter egg. Operators still kind of suck. The reloads suck a lot, melee sucks a lot. The whole, you know, everything costing more and giving less, you know, that kind of sucks a bit. It is definitely speedrunnable, so that's good, but it's still to kind of no reason. So at the moment, I would say there's not nearly enough. It doesn't even feel like it's a finished beginning of a game. So all in all, we're going to give this a 2 out of 10 thumbs down. You know, like, if I had extra thumbs, they'd be down. So if you guys want to try it out for yourselves, feel free, but I would say wait. Maybe even skip it entirely, but we'll see how it goes. So remember to go ahead and like and subscribe, guys, and we will see you next time. Thank you very much for stopping in, and God bless.